Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Real Alternatives slash Ari is Artsy All Over the Plies podcast, episode 1. First time I'm doing this. I've actually been watching a lot more like real podcasts where people just kind of sit down and talk um, and just like show their stuff instead of stringing 10,000 clips together of B-roll and stuff. So I'm going to try it out. I'm going to try to be quiet because people are still sleeping inside and it's quite quiet out here. There's not even that many birds. There's like, what, crickets, I think. Not cicadas yet, but they're definitely screaming these days. So, anyway, we'll get right into it. I'm going to show you several things that I've been finishing over the last month or so and explain things about them and like where I'm at. I still have a huge list of whips that I'm trying to get through. Um, Also, everything you see here is me. Everything you see here is me. I did this hand knitted. I think earlier on when I was still just getting into crochet, or like before. No, it was like just after that I got into crochet. But this is a circle blanket. It kind of looks like an eyeball, so I love that. It was gonna be like a hooded cape thing that I was gonna make. It would have looked cool like that too, but I couldn't figure out the hood with the hand knitting, so I kind of just gave up and made it a blanket. I am currently wearing my recent finished object. That's what people are calling them, the finished objects, FOs. I finished this. I finished the tassel bead portion. I mean, you can't hardly see that. Hold on. Finished the tassel bead portion literally yesterday, so that's done. I am also wearing, oh, I forgot to tell you what this is. I gotta do it as a test. It's the Sea Breeze top by Haphazard Yarn Art on Instagram. Maybe I might just put them in the description, y'all. I might not even touch this video to edit it at all. I'm just gonna kind of put it out there so that I can get something out there. And I will tell you, I did record all the footage for the art room put together. Didn't record any of the breakdown when we were moving, but we did move, so the art room is no longer a thing. This is kind of my art room, as you can maybe. I don't think you can hear the birds because this microphone is not going to pick that up, but the birds are singing. It's a beautiful, beautiful place to be. It gets hot out here sometimes, so that's about the worst part of it. I get my Dr. Pepper, not sponsored, but oh my god, Dr. Pepper, would love to have you as a sponsor. My favorite soda. They're never gonna see that, but it's out there. Anyway, let's talk about the hat next. Yes, we talked about this. Hat is the Blooming Lotus sun hat pattern that I turned into a bucket hat by Malinka Yarn Crafts. Very amazing designer. There's a bag pattern that matches this pattern. Made it with two different yarns, peaches and cream, lavender meadow, and then aquamarine speckle from Big Twist cotton. The like 85% cotton blend that they have, that's the aqua color. So that's not coming back. They have like a loops and threads cotton version. Whatever. It might sort of be the same. From what I saw picture wise, it did not look the same, but the two skeins that I had of the Big Twist version were two different colors anyway because of the dye lots, so it's probably totally fine. Oh, big shout out to, I think on Instagram, she's the Rainbow Queen with a sewing machine, Spiral Threads with the, like, spelled like eye, spiral, like your eyes are open and stuff, and then threads with a Z. Beautiful, beautiful patchwork, solar powered sewing machine, reusing scrap materials, type artist. Love it. Beautiful bag. It's my crochet bag now. I use it all the time. Very, very wonderful. Look at the lining too. I won this in a giveaway that she was doing. So that was amazing. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, I get to own some of this art. That's amazing. I'm still like over the moon about it. And it's been like months now, I think. Anyway, that's about the oldest stuff. The next one would be this. Everyone's always like, what do you do with the loopy yarn that's already in loops? First of all, you don't have to leave it in loops if you literally just can't find fluffy blanket or Chanel yarn in those stripy colors and you want those stripy colors. Literally just take a seam ripper. That's what I did for this border. Because most of it's hand knit, if you can't tell, out of the loops. You just hand knit panels, sew them together, and then I unsecured all of the little loops so that it was just a singular thread of yarn. And that's what I used to crochet the border with like an 8 or a 9mm hook. Very tight stitches. Very loose stitches in the knit portion, but I will try it on for you. As you can see, it is kind of just a wearable blanket. It does not have any sleeves. I didn't even put border on the sleeves because I started using it and wearing it and I was like, oh my God, this is literally perfect just the way it is. It's like a blanket without arms. Perfect. And it gets so warm in here, like I'm already getting warm. I'm gonna have to take this off. But yeah, the armholes, I left them big so that there was no squeezing, and no matter what I'm wearing, I can wear it over it. It's I don't wear it outside really. It's just around the house, so works perfectly for that. I just keep it there. I throw it on. Best thing, like definitely one of the things I get the most use out of besides my bags. I'm gonna take it off now though because it is already warm. Okay, I think as far as finished objects go, I think that is the oldest one. And the second oldest one, you can see pictures of me wearing it on my Instagram. I'm pretty sure I've already uploaded those, but I did make a spirit and thread, or spirit and thread crochet top. Um, should sign up for their email list. That's what I'm going to say about that. This is the elegant lace bralette lacy detail because of the lacy details at the bottom. Very nice. I did modify the straps into 3 braided chains that lace the same as the regular tie, but I like the braids better. It gives more support. It cuts into you less. Um, Literally just do the same thing that it says in the pattern, only do it 3 times per peak of the bralette. Just do it like up and back, up and back, up and back, and then continue. And then up and back, up and back, up and back. Lots of work, lots of stitches, lots of working back down the stitches in the chain. Worth it, worth it, totally worth it. All I did was to secure the braid, I just sewed the ends together with the ends instead of weaving them in. The weaving in was sewing them together. So that's cool. I like it. I liked it so much, and I have so much of this yarn because I had bought it to make a cat couch that I completely abandoned. If you saw my Frogger finish video, this is that same yarn that the cat couch was in and the shorts that were way too short, way too, not short, but small for me now. That's finished object number, I guess we'll say 3, because now you've seen this and you saw that and you saw. No, that's 3, 4, 5. I can't count. My brain is soup and numbers don't work for me right now. Anyway, there's that. And I think thus far everything has been crochet, but guess what? I made myself a liar and I started knitting this year. I said I wasn't going to, and then I was like, you know what? It would be really cool. So I have a stitch marker still. I have a stitch marker still in this. Let me actually just. Well, it wouldn't even. How about that? Does that work? Anyway, I still have a stitch marker in the front so that I know which one's the front. But this is just a raglan tee. I didn't even use a pattern, really. Like, I started using a pattern for a different one. Hated the pattern. Hated the pattern. It was awful. By the way, I'm keeping an eye out for the baby, so if I have to, like, run, that's probably why. I will stitch whatever video clips together if there are any multiples. Anyway, very basic cap sleeve. The armpits look like they come in forever, but they really don't. It's I mean, they're right there at your armpit, but it's pretty nice. Fits pretty nice. Actually, I could probably try it on over this for you. So, even though this is a finished object, I have yet to wash and block it. So, it looks like it's not the right size. I can promise you, it's almost definitely totally the right size. This is a cotton acrylic blend. This is the Cotton Painterly Cakes by Karen. It's literally one cake. I had like two cakes of this big of the yarn left over, just about a little bit less maybe. Um, yeah, but I had that much left over out of literally one cake. So I'm like, I would say this is like a medium. I did bust and waist shaping too. Y'all, I know I'm new to knitting, but I am not new to making clothes. I know what I'm doing, so don't be too surprised that it's like, oh, you already know how to. Listen, you see that? That's because I don't know what I'm doing. That's because I just am doing whatever just makes sense in the moment. And you can't see it much because it's on the side, so I was just like, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Anyway, this one on top of the other bamboo. Oh, that's the other thing, is this one's made of bamboo, rayon from bamboo. Splitty, difficult, challenging. If you want a challenge, work with bamboo and a tiny hook. Um, I would love to knit with it, honestly. The silky soft loops and threads, which is what it was made out of. But anyway, this shirt, I'm calling it the classic striped tee. And yeah, just little cap sleeves, barely any underarm stuff. I didn't really want like sleeves. I just wanted, I wear t-shirts so often. I was like, I really just want to have something that I can actually like wear, like a clothing piece that I actually wear on a regular basis because it's not 100% acrylic. So anyway, I made it with the intention that it's going to stretch once it's washed, but I want to sew a tag, one of my tags, into the back, since it is like, I looked at a pattern for a basic raglan and I hated that pattern, so I did the increases the same. That's it. Like, not the number of increases, but like the type of increase. I did the same. I did a different number of increases. That's why it's not puckering in the front. Because I fixed that issue by just not increasing in the front sometimes. It's really intuitive if you try it on 6,000 times. if you try it on at like every single point that your body changes, you'll totally get it. Like if you know anything about how to shape around that, you'll get it. Just do it. Just try it on. If you're thinking, should I try this on? Is it worth it? Yes. Yes, it is. Try that bitch on. Okay? Okay. On to some other almost finished objects and very much not finished objects. If you haven't yet during this podcast, we've already been here for almost 16 minutes. Make sure you hydrate. I think this one's almost finished. This is inspired by a smaller pattern that I got to test by Doompile Crafts, and it is Sailor Jupiter inspired in the coloring, but it is a schoolgirl purse, schoolgirl bag, schoolgirl shirt bag, bow bag, two handles. It's got a little thingy that goes over and attaches there on the bow on the front. It is a very like square bag. Very square on the bottom. The only thing I have left to do, I think, is literally I have the two ends from sewing the bow on there, and I have the one end from the end of the bag from finishing the bag itself. So I would count that as almost done. Like I literally had to redo this flap because I had put the white too far in. I'd put it like one or two rows in, so it just did not read right. But I did write all the pattern down, so probably what I'll do is like a very basic, like non Sailor Scout inspired color scheme because it does not have to be Sailor Scouts. Let me put that out there before anybody comes for me for copyright. I'm not selling this pattern as the Sailor Scout. That's what I'm calling it in my notes is the Sailor Scout. Uh, but I'll probably call it the Schoolgirl Bow Scout. Maybe. People are gonna be like, what's a scout? But it's fine. Um, I think it has a pretty good capacity too. Like, I have been like putting some of my yarn in there. Like, see, look at that. I made it pretty big. Like, it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's super tiny, but it's pretty big. It's actually really nice and cute. I actually really love that. I'm so glad that I'm getting this on the podcast today because I have not taken pictures of it yet. Beautiful, 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 lovely. She's lovely. She's loving it. Okay. Then after that, well, not after, I did that after this, but this, if you've been worrying about me not showing you the rainbow thing over here, don't. It's okay. I'm definitely showing you the rainbow thing. This is the Niffler's color of the mandala yarn, just the regular mandala yarn. I still haven't woven the ends because I don't know if I'm going to need to like add on to it. I still haven't. I washed and dried it once and it did help with like fit and stuff, but I want to steam it and then see if I need to add length because it's right there. It's like almost perfect. It's like an inch away. Okay, so if we could steam her, the Mary Jane skirt, my own pattern coming soon as soon as I can get all this together and get some more yarn and get a steamer. Anyway, once I do all of that, that's Percy. Hi, Percy. Once I do all of that, this one will basically be done. Hopefully I'm being quiet enough and I'm not disturbing my husband. Hopefully. Anyway, it's a pretty basic skirt. That's why I'm calling it, Mary Jane's skirt because Mary Jane's are like real classic and like chic, sleek type thing. And I feel like this would go really good with some Mary Janes too. I got like a pattern going on up here for if you want a drawstring in there. And it also is a very beautiful waistband, just with that kind of design. So that needs finishing. Once I know it fits right, I am also going to have two versions of this. This is the plain Mary Jane skirt, and then I think the other one's going to be like cathedral inspired black surface crochet and maybe some border edging and like lace around the border. Um, that one's going to be called like the Mother Mary Jane skirt, like Mother Mary, like cathedrals and like all of that stuff, stained glass, whatever. So that's that. More pictures on Instagram and Ravelry. Um, well, more views of it in pictures on Instagram and Ravelry. This is the second version that I started with the singular skein I had of this cotton, Peaches and Cream from Walmart. It's literally on the second row of double crochets. And I need to buy more yarn, and I can't right now, so that's on hold. Excuse me. Let's see what else. I don't know if I really want to talk about this much. This is for a different brand that I'm making. This is a set. It was heavily inspired by the Blooming Lotus bucket hat. So I've got the Blooming Lotus type pattern there. Um, but y'all will have to look out for when I drop anything to do with my secret brand project there. It's my own brand that I just have not done anything like this is what I've done with it. So I'll let you know when it's more of a thing. Maybe if I even want to be the two brands associated with each other like that. Anyway, oh yeah, here's the other little pouch design by Doompile Crafts that I got to test. It's got a one little strap there. I use it for my petroleum jelly. This is just a like off-brand one that I got when we were doing my belly cast when I was pregnant. Um, so it fits perfectly in there. I'm waste not, right? Let's get into these other things. This is the mushroom forest in a cloche glass jar. I think that's how it's pronounced. Cloche, maybe. It was an applique pattern, and so I did the applique, and then I made the bag around it to be a bookshelf. Maybe I've talked about this before. Maybe it was in the whips the last time I did Frogger Finish whips. I got space on the back to put like velcroed books on there or like pinned books on there. This is currently carrying the Stardust skirt, also by Spirit and Thread Crochet. Remember I said I had a bunch of this yarn? Well, we're making a skirt to match the top. Let me show it to you, what I got done so far. Really hard to see with that patterned yarn there. It's coming together really nice. The waistband is the thing that you do last, so that's not done yet because I still have at least 7 more rows of the pattern because I want to make the floor length like flowy version of the skirt, and so it's going to take more time and more yarn, but that's just my background project that I'm working on when I don't have time to be doing something more complicated. Oh, I forgot to show you this one thing that's literally right in front of me. Hold on. This doesn't look like much, but it's very important because our sweet baby, our sweet smart baby, loves their little butterfly that I got them, and it's on clear acrylic, and the butterfly is white. Our walls are now white. We used to have it hanging like in their doorway so that it was like the light would shine through it and you could just see through it. No longer is it hanging in the doorway, so in this place we need a background so that you can see the white butterfly. It's gonna be great. I already even blocked this. I wove in the ends. I wove in one more end than I was supposed to because I was supposed to just have a hanger to hang it up with the end there, but I'll just have to like just crochet a little or put a jump ring or something on it, like it's basically done. I just got to get it up in its spot where it goes. It's not that hard. It's just the last 2% of a project is the most impossible, if you do any kind of crafting. Anyway, all of this besides the t-shirt has been crochet so far because I definitely do more crochet. Like I said, I just got into knitting this year. But oh, I forgot to grab the other sock. I did knit a one of those like premier fruits yarns, the sock yarns of the dragon fruit socks. It's a premier brand. Um, it's like polyester and nylon. It's really pretty. I did knit a sock in that technically, but I rushed through the end of it and fastened it off too soon and didn't do enough rows, so it's not really like fit. Like it's too big at the start and it's too small at the toe because it was top down. But regardless of that, I don't have that one to show you. It's not really finished. I have to like redo it anyway. I don't have the second sock. It's whatever. It's fine. But what I do have is one uh, finished, quote unquote, sock that it's cotton and acrylic. See, this is the aquamarine speckles that is in this. Those are those. You can kind of tell that they almost look like two different colors. You can definitely tell down here on the foot part that it looks like two different colors. Um, but anyway, I don't know how much more time I'll have, and we're almost at 30 minutes anyway. I finished this one, but it is a little too big. I could potentially just put elastic in the top and be fine with it, but since it's too big, I could reknit it completely. So I'm trying to wait until I get to the point with the second sock that I'm making smaller, where I know whether or not it will fit better now that I've made it smaller. So that's what I'm working on there. I haven't really picked it up too much, but I have here and there just because it's a bunch of color changes and weaving in ends as you go, which is fine. Like I'm actually proficient at it, even though I just started knitting this year. Like I've gotten pretty proficient at it. I'm pretty skilled in crochet, so I know that that helped like transferring over a lot of skill from that area. Let me get some water instead of Dr. Pepper this time. My throat's a little bit dry because of how long I've been talking. All right. And because I was working on that sock, I ended up starting, if I can show you, it kind of goes like this. I started a matching top because I had way more of this red sport weight acrylic left, and I didn't have as much of these colors, so I figured I'd just put a stripe of the remaining colors. Because since I had knit this sock, I had taken the yarn that I had that was mostly scraps except for the red, and I had literally split it in half. Like I weighed it as I was winding it, and I split it in half and then wound it up for the two different socks. So now that I know that I had some left over for the one sock, definitely, because it was too big, I was like, well, I'll take that excess and make a shirt. And the only problem with this shirt is that I have to go back and undo a few rows because I joined in the back without adding the 10 to 15 stitches. Excuse me. Without adding the 10 to 15 stitches that I had already kind of figured out that I needed. I was just like, I always make things too big. Maybe I should err on the side of too small, especially with the knit. It's going to stretch with the acrylic and the cotton. And I don't think that's stretching that far. I need to put at least 5 to 10 stitches. It'll stretch, but I think it's a bit too small. I can't even get it over both of my arms, both of my shoulders. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with that yarn, and that's almost the end. That's almost the end of what I've got to show you. I literally only have one more thing, I think. Yeah, because I'm not going to show you things like the fillet of fish mesh button up that I'm working on. That's a pattern I'm trying to write. Um, I have other whips in the bag. If you're interested in the whips that I have that are long-term whips, please do check out. I will link below my whips video so that you can check that out, see where I'm at with all of that. I will have a check-in at some point this year, probably towards the end of the year, just to see how many of the whips I've gotten through. That would be really cool. Like maybe we'll rewatch the old video and just be like, oh, I finished that. Oh, I didn't finish that. Oh, I did frog that. I've got lots of frogging footage too. I want to do like a year of the frog video. Listen, one of these days I'll set up the computer and get to editing, but I've been working on whips. Look at all the stuff. I'm making things. I'm doing things. Ain't nobody got time for the editing. Come on. Anyway, this is a beautiful yarn that I am eventually here going to make some socks out of. I want to make travel socks, so this is my Valdosta yarn. Very Halloween. It's actually called like Shadow and Flame. It's based off of like a book or something, the colorway. It's by A Tale of Two Yarns. Tale is in like a tale of yarn instead of a tale that you're telling, right? So Tail. Um, beautiful yarn. Merino nylon base, very nice dye. I haven't washed it yet. I have made a couple of swatches. I made this one with 2x2 ribbing at the top, and I used, what did I use? I must have used a 2.25 or something, because this is the sock needle set that I got. By the way, I think it was maybe Yarn Inspirations. I will have to double check, but a company I had ordered from, they were having a sale. It was probably Yarn Inspirations. I don't think it was Premier Yarns, but they were having a sale on like knitting needles and stuff. I got like 10 pair of knitting needles for like $5 because they were like 50 cents a piece. I got that set of sock needles to finish up my socks because I don't have circulars. I haven't invested yet. But I got those for like $5 or something. And they had, the only reason I was knitting the cotton and acrylic socks is because they had accidentally sent me a, I think it was 3.75 sock needle set instead of this sock needle set. And I was like, y'all, I get the mistake, but, and I'm not mad, but I really needed those needles to work on the projects I already have in progress. And they were like, oh, we're so sorry. Keep the old needles we sent to you and just take these new ones. We're sending them to you. I was like, that's amazing. Amazing. So yeah, I'm recording on my phone right now, so I can't double check, but I'm pretty sure that it was like Yarn Inspirations or something. So I will put that in the description as well. Whoever it was, definitely shouts out that brand for their customer service and amazingness with just being understanding and getting it done, getting it to me. Thank you, for sure. Um, I swear it was Yarn Inspirations, y'all. I'm gonna verify and let you know in the description, but I'm almost positive that's what it was. But anyway, I got to knit this, and I must have knitted on like the larger size that I had, because I didn't like it. I didn't like how it. Can you even see? It's just a little too holy for me, you know. It's a little too religious. So I used the second smallest needles, which were the 1.75, and made this swatch. I've yet to wash and block them, just because I've been busy with others. I don't even know. I don't even know. Oh, because I was going to crochet a swatch too in a smaller needle size so that I can get it to the yarn dyer, because I was like, do you have anybody to do swatches for you? She was like, no. I'll do it. I'll do it. Just give me a little discount on some yarn sometime, maybe. I'll do it. So I got to do that. That's why I haven't washed them, because I wanted to do all of them at once and block them all at once. And y'all, I think we might have gotten to the end here. If you want to see more stuff like the drawing that I also have in progress now, I posted a bit of that on my Instagram. Definitely be following me on Instagram. Ari is artsy. And Ravelry, that's my Ravelry too. You can find me here on YouTube under that. Find me on Facebook under that. Normally it's Real Alternatives by Ari or at Ari is artsy. It's gonna be almost every platform. I think it's Real Alternatives on TikTok, but I'm not even on there anymore. So anyway, I hope y'all have a good day. The sun is starting to get up. It's gonna be hot soon. I'm gonna have to turn on the fan. Baby's gonna be awake. It's a whole thing. It's less than a month till my birthday, so that's cool. It's less than a month till baby's birthday, so that's cool. Very cool. Anyway, hopefully I'm not being disturbing to the people in the house. I think hopefully I've kept my volume good. Hopefully you've had a good time hanging out. Make sure you follow me on stuff. Follow me here. Listen, I hate the bell too, but if you don't want to miss what I upload, I'm very much a sporadic uploader, so it's up to you. But if you want to know, I'd hit the bell. If you don't care, just subscribe and turn all notifications off and just check in every once in a while. It's whatever. Do you. I'll see y'all later, or you'll see me. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm going to go ahead and end this here and see if I can get it uploaded soon. Art room decoration type video coming when I can. Other videos coming after. Maybe I'll do a podcast next week or the week after or monthly. We'll see. Keep an ear out. I guess that's it. Bye.